Mission podcast community. I'm your host, Doug Dvorak, and I'm very excited to bring you inspiring stories from incredible guests. These individuals are on a mission to create remarkable possibilities that not only enhance their own lives, but also make a lasting impact on the communities around them. Stay tuned for some truly amazing conversations. My guest today is Valerie Thompson. Hi, Valerie. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good to see you. You're in sunny Phoenix, and I'm in cold, snowy Idaho.
I'm so sorry.
What's wrong with this picture? So, you know, they say 7 degrees of separation. I was at a pickleball tournament, the Huntsman World Games, about 3 years ago, and I saw Valerie playing mixed doubles, and she just plays an incredible game. Not only is she the fastest female motorcycle racer in the world, she's a very accomplished pickleball champion by virtue of her commitment to excellence. And look at all those medals in the background. But I went over and I saw her backpack, and it said Valerie Thompson Racing. And I said, "Hi, I'm Doug. What's your name?" She said, "Hi, I'm Valerie. What is Valerie Thompson Racing?" And then the relationship ensued. So she is now my mixed doubles partner. We've won several tournaments. Most recently, we took third at the USSP Nationals in Phoenix. But Valerie is the fastest female motorcycle racer in the world. She holds 10 land speed records and boasts membership of 8 200-mile-an-hour clubs, 1 300-mile-an-hour club, and the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum Hall of Fame. She's the only woman in the world's fastest motorcycle racer rankings. She's become the world's fastest female motorcycle racer in 2018 at, Lake Gardner in South Australia, with a top speed of 328 miles per hour in piloting Dennis Manning's designed Bub 7 Streamliner. And you've always had a thrill for speed, a need for speed. You grew up in Tacoma, and as you acknowledge, shy, socially awkward girl. And then at 10, your mom, Carol, passed away, which was very difficult for you. But somehow you dug deep within yourself and found respite with playing sports with boys in the neighborhood. Your confidence grew and sort of scaled in high school. You became a cheerleader. You discovered the gym. You worked at Burger King, BMW before joining a local bank and having a career in banking. But then at age 38, you found yourself in need of a new direction. And would you walk us through that walk into a local Harley-Davidson showroom, purchasing a new motorcycle with no license? Unpack that for us.
So it was a friend that had invited me to go for a ride on the back of his motorcycle, and he said, "Oh, your jeans will scratch my fender, but I can take you down to the local Harley-Davidson dealership in Bellevue, Washington, and you can, ride your own, and you could buy a bike." And I said, "Well, how many women those days, which is in 1999, ride motorcycles?" And he says, "Well, there's a good handful." And so I said, "Okay, well, I'm always different. I like to do different things." So I went down there with him, and I said, I was quite intimidated, first and foremost, because all the motorcycles are so big and they're heavy. And, yes, I was a workout, aholic. I worked out in the gym all the time. So my confidence for, my muscles and, picking up a motorcycle was right there. But however, when you're picking up a 650-pound motorcycle and not being able to take it off the kickstand, you're like, okay, well, what's a smaller one? Well, with me, I'm like, go big or go home. However, riding on 2 wheels with a clutch and, never riding a motorcycle by myself ever, it was quite an adjustment. And, just to back up, it was quite intimidating. However, I chose a motorcycle, and 3 months later, I ended up selling it because it wasn't big enough, fast enough, and heavy enough.
Wow, that's incredible. But in March 2018, while you were chasing the world's fastest motorcycle title, you were back in South Australia on Lake Gardner, and you crashed. You were going approximately 343 miles an hour.
Yeah, 363 miles per hour.
I'm sorry, 363.
I know the internet says 343, but it was, we figured that it was afterwards. We later then discovered that the computer data and whatnot has had around 363. So we're sticking with that number.
So you crashed at 363. Most professional drivers would have said, that's it. You walked away relatively unscathed. But tell us, what was your mindset to get back on the bike and back into the arena to still pursue your life's passion and goals?
Well, when you have the front row seat to history, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And my once in a lifetime opportunity was right there to be with the team, to be the fastest team, to be the fastest motorcycle racer, period. Racing is not in our world of land speed racing. It's not all about, a male record or a female record. It is, one record, and that's the one, the world's fastest motorcycle title, which we were trying to achieve on that day, but unfortunately we ended up upside down, right side up, and skid for about a mile. But the reason why I wanted to pick up the pieces on that is because, when you're at the highest level that you're at and you just don't want to give up, it's all about persevering through the difficult and the most challenging times, even though the motorcycle was quite damaged. I mean, it was not repairable. However, there was so much to repair, so much to use to put into the new motorcycle that they recreated. So that was the good part about it. But, you just don't want to give up on your team. You don't want to give up on yourself. And you just want, we're unique people. We're unique in what everything that you do in this world, whether it be a banking job or be you work in pickleball or you do whatever, or become a doctor. Every career is so unique, and so is racing. And it really takes a special breed of us that want to go fast. And when they built the motorcycle, they built it for speed and safety. So the greatness of their work that they did for preparing a motorcycle to go this fast is, it's an achievement all in itself. So
excellent. Valerie, you're known as the Queen of Speed. Can you share with our listeners what that title means to you and how you came to earn it?
Well, how I became to earn it was I was sponsored with BMW Motorrad, and I had raced, set 5 land speed records on my BMW S1000RR, and BMW had reached out to me to see if I would go to Germany, and sign autographs and be with the BMW community. They had this event once a year, every year, and it's called BMW Motorrad Days. And they called me the America's Queen of Speed. So they gave me the title because I'm coming from America and I'm going to Germany. And so it just kind of stuck. My marketing director, Eric Studer, had said, you really need to start using this, and you really need to start, putting this into your title. And so it just really stuck.
Interesting. Cool story. You've broken multiple land speed records, which is a huge achievement in and of itself. What was it like the first time you hit a new record?
Well, my very first record was like, oh gosh, I want to go faster. Oh my gosh, I need to go, I need many more. And so the feeling of setting a land speed record was like, I really didn't know what it really was going to do to me, like as far as my career. Because I had been drag racing on the All Harley Drag Racing Association. So I was doing the quarter mile drag racing, and then in the meantime I was doing the land speed racing. So they're completely two different tracks. And just setting a first land speed record with a brand new team and, a motorcycle that only went 143 miles per hour as a record. They take the average of the mile. It was like the desire to go faster and go big was right there. So that's kind of what said, that I need to continue the journey and make this a nice new career.
Excellent. Was there a particular moment in your career where you realized that speed racing was your true calling?
Oh gosh, in the beginning, racing was a hobby. So 20 years later, fast forward, it become my professional, in my professional life, So, I told myself in the first, few years that, I just told myself that, this is going to be me. This is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. And it's like when you put your helmet on, every single time I put my helmet on, I said to myself, I can be whoever I want to be. And right now I'm going to be the fastest that I can with me and my motorcycle. We're going to be one together. We're going to feel the heartbeat. My heartbeat and the race bike and the racetrack, we're all going to be in harmony. So.
Excellent. As a woman in a male-dominated sport, did you face unique challenges when you first started, and how did you overcome them?
Well, what helped me overcome the obstacles of, being in a male-dominant industry, the passion for the sports. And it helped me build up my confidence, through the consistency of the practice, the preparation, and over time, earning the respect through perseverance and performance. Really helped, overcoming those obstacles. And the biggest thing was surrounding myself with the right people, the right team, the right sponsorship, and having a solid foundation. I went into racing not knowing what I was doing. I was racing down Scottsdale Road on my Harley Davidson Fat Boy, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, Valerie, you're out of control. Take it to the racetrack." And that was a new animal inside of me. I knew I had it in me, but I never thought I could ever, go and make this a professional way of life, a new career.
Yeah. What goes through your mind before a race, especially when you're going at speeds over 300 miles an hour?
Well, everything that, when you're in there on your motorcycle or inside the cockpit, and you're in race mode, everything slows down. I don't think about how fast I'm going because that's the easy part. What matters is the precision, because there's no room to wiggle, and every opportunity to execute perfectly and etch my name into the motorsports history is, that was my hope and my desire. And fast forward, I got a nice little 328 miles per hour, 0.467 miles per hour under my belt.
Awesome. You've been part of some incredibly high stakes, high speed moments. Can you take us through your most intense or memorable race?
Well, the most intense and most memorable would be the last run that I made in the Bug 7 Streamliner. And, when I felt like I was on a good run, the bike was smooth, the track was so smooth. It was like, oh boy, this is going to be it. Well, it was an oh boy, it was going to come to Jesus moment. But it was truly my most memorable run. And when I did get out of the cockpit after all the paramedics, everybody was there, and first thing I wanted to do is look at the motorcycle, make sure it was okay, so we can get back ready to go back on it again. So
that's great. The psychological aspect of speed racing is fascinating to me. How do you stay calm and focused in the face of such extreme pressure?
Be yourself. You got to take those moments alone. You got to find yourself, what works for you. Not everything works. Like the music for me, and listening to my music in my ear, that's what I enjoy before I go on a run, and it gets me all pumped up. If I could race with music inside the cockpit, I could have been the world's fastest a long time ago, because that music is so motivating, and it helps me, it relaxes me. My crew, when I get into the cockpit and they're strapping me in and they're pulling at me and they're tugging at me and they're pulling the straps tighter and tighter, and then when I get to the starting line, the stewardess, he pulls and tugs on me again, and it's like that's exhausting, because it's you're getting pulled and you're lifting up and you can't move. It's a very small little, like, there's no room in there. But once they close the canopy and my hands go onto that steering wheel or on the handle grips, I will tell you, it's like, this is the last time I'm never going to remove my hands until I become into a stop position. And so, just knowing that I'm not going to, take my hands off the steering wheel until I stop, that is where I just become relaxed.
Excellent. Valerie, you've set world records on motorcycles, but you've also had challenges along the way. Can you tell us about a time when things didn't go according to plan and how you recovered from it?
Well, the biggest challenge that I had is always been sponsorship. When you're out there and you're racing and the only thing that's going to get you from point A to point B is the racing funds, and being in the industry that's what you depend on. That was probably the most challenging aspect of all of that. But when somebody believes in you and they take you under their wing and they donate and they help you, it just makes everything else goes out the window, because now you can do what they're designed to do, and that is to represent your sponsorship and go as fast as you can, and have your team there with you cheering you on.
In high-speed motorcycle racing, technology plays a big role. How has the evolution of technology, whether it's in the bike or the gear you use, influenced your performance over the years?
Well, every year everything gets more advanced, more technology is out there, and our race team had been nice and old school, so we were always back to the basics of a lot of things. But I'm not with that race team anymore, and so I know that the technology and it's out there. It's ready for them to go faster and fast. But it's a huge help. So, but going back to the basics on everything in racing kind of is, it's always, it is what it is.
Excellent. Can you talk about the role of teamwork in your racing, and how important are your support crew in helping you achieve your success?
Well, without them, they make me look good out on the racetrack. They can't see me, but they make me look good, because the team is the biggest. We're a family. We are out there. We're doing this together. We put our hard work, sweat, tears into it, and without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I had the most amazing team with the Bub 7 team, and we all gel. Till this day, I still talk to not all of them, but a majority part of them I talk to, and I still get Christmas card. Thank you, Jim Mosier. He's one of the crew members. And when I'm done at the end of my run and they're there, and you get to cheer them on. They don't know how fast I went, because they couldn't hear, a lot of times they didn't hear how fast I went. So it was always a challenging. It was like, how fast did I go? How fast, And they're like, we don't know. But then it's like, that goes out the door, because who cares? All I know is I stopped safe. Here is my crew, and now they're doing their work with the race bike. And it was always so nice to see them at the end of the finish line.
Excellent. Valerie, how do you balance the drive for speed with ensuring your safety during high-risk events?
Well, the old saying is throttle works both ways. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Okay. Speed is clearly one of your great passions, but what drives you beyond the thrill of the race? How does that deeper motivation influence your approach to life, business, and racing?
Well, it approaches everything in a way of like the confidence to do everything on the racetrack. Gives me so much confidence in myself, confidence in the crew, confidence in just life in general. So the racing has really raised the bar for thinking that I know that I can do anything now. I can now play pickleball.
Yes,
which was very challenging at the beginning, but now it's like pickleball gives me a second chance to be an athlete again. And and the desire to be better, as you know, and to, make those right shots, and just to be out there competing. I love to compete.
Yeah. So what mental strategies do you use to overcome fear or doubt, especially when pushing yourself beyond limits?
Well, the fear, it gives me the energy in a way,
Really?
Yeah, fear is energy. Fear is good. I like it, to a certain extent. But, the fear is my energy.
Excellent. Fear is your energy. Valerie, you've been a trailblazer for women in motorsports. What advice do you have for young women looking to break into a similar high-performance, male-dominated field?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I
First,
knew you'd like that one.
Yeah. Well, my old saying is that, you follow your dreams, never accept no for an answer. The struggles, the sacrifices are there, but if it's something that you truly love, it's so easy. If you have the passion for what you do, it becomes contagious. So be yourself, stay humble, and work hard and enjoy the moments. Because, like a lot of times I never enjoyed my I enjoyed my moments, but there was a lot of times that I was like, just let me get from A to B, quick and fast, no matter what it took. So, with all that being said, you need the talent, the desire, the extreme focus. And, there is some part, in me that I had to, emotionally disconnect, detach myself from things when things got tough. So, the best advice at the end is surround yourself with the best people, the right people. And, from there, you're going to have a solid support team. And, that's that.
Excellent. Through all your success, setbacks, and triumphs, what would you say has been your biggest lesson in life?
Surround yourself with the right people.
Great.
I can't stress that enough. There is so many. That's just like on everyday life, I believe, but more in my racing career. Surrounding myself with the right people, was the key to my success.
Excellent. Is there anyone who's been particularly inspiring or influential in your journey, whether it's a mentor, a fellow racer, or someone in your personal life?
Well, going into the racing career, I really didn't know anybody in the racing career. I was developing something that I started from scratch. So I was not born in the racing world. My parents, my family never was into racing. And so I kind of had to create my own, mentorship. So I created me and found out that that's all I needed. Yes, I looked up to certain individuals, men and women, in the community, but, when I had to really dig deep, I had to just create Valerie.
And you've done an incredible job of building the Valerie Thompson brand. So what's next for Valerie Thompson? Do you have any big upcoming races or projects you're working on that you're excited about?
Well, I'm working on, I always said that I wanted to retire at 400 miles per hour so I can play pickleball and travel the world in pickleball and become a senior pro in the pickleball world. And so I'm not going to give up on that. I wanted to, take next year, coming up next year, 2025, I really wanted to give my journey one more shot at, doing something kind of crazy out there. So I'm out there looking for opportunities. And in the meantime, I'm going to play as much pickleball and play in tournaments as I can.
Awesome. Valerie, what kind of legacy would you like to leave in the world of racing and beyond?
Well, it's always nice to be in the racing in the hall, in the Hall of Fames, and I love that. And my legacy is to be the world's fastest, and I can't wait for somebody to go faster than I. And am I going to be sad about it? No, but because being the first is always the best.
Excellent. Now we're going to do the rapid fire round. Here's a few questions. Valerie, what is your favorite motorcycle and why?
My favorite motorcycle is my BMW S1000RR, and it's my favorite because it's my first bike that I ever rode as a sport bike. Coming from the Harley world, Harley Davidson world, to get on a sport bike, completely different animals, and I just love it.
Excellent. Favorite race course and why?
Bonneville Salt Flats.
Because?
Because it is the best place to go out there and race.
And that's in Utah, right?
Utah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And, we've become, great friends and pickleball mixed doubles partners. I observed that you really have constructed a high performance world around you with your friends, associates, very positive people, but you also take really good care of your body and your mind and your spirit. Can you speak to the importance of creating that high performance culture and self-care and how it's really impacted your performance as a world-class motorcycle racer?
Yes. My performance on the pickleball court and on the racetrack has to match the performance of my machine. Everything is hand in hand. And everything is behind the scenes in the training, following a low fat protein, high nutrients diet, the fitness regimen that you go through on and off the track or court. It's really important for you because the mental aspect. Racing is 90% mental. Pickleball is probably even 95% mental. I don't know but I know it's probably over a little 90% mental. So the focus and the preparation and the training and to the breathing work and all the food, how you take care of your body. It takes a big toll on everything else. So when you can have all clear mental and focus on and off the court, it makes or break a new point.
Valerie, the title of our podcast is Mission Possible, bringing incredible human beings like yourself, athletes or people who've accomplished incredible feats in their respective area of focus, job, community. When you hear the title of our podcast, Mission Possible, what does Mission Possible mean to you?
Well, everything is a mission for me, and everything is possible for me. So they go hand in hand. Racing, pickleball, the mental, the dedication, the hard work, the practice, the strategy. The mission possible is, those are two great assets.
Excellent. And how important is a positive mental attitude or disposition for you in life, business, and in your sport?
Well, it truly can make or break your day. It can really make or break your career. Having the right mindset to do anything, like I say, putting on my helmet, I could be whoever I want to be. When I get on the pickleball court and I hold my paddle and I have my visor on to protect my face and my eyes, it's like I am who I'm going, I am going to be who I want to be, and that's going to be a winner.
Awesome. Well, my guest has been Valerie Thompson, the Queen of Speed. She holds the land speed record, an incredible human being with a pure, kind, and radiant soul, an incredible human being, an incredible pickleball player. Valerie, if anybody wants to get a hold of you, has questions about how they can sponsor you or purchase some of your incredible swag that you have, how can they reach you?
Well, they can reach me through my website, which is ValerieThompsonRacing.com, or you can go to all my social media, the Instagram and Facebook. I've been a little quiet during the holidays and this year, but you can still reach me through there.
Excellent. Well, Mission Possible Podcast Nation, thanks for your time. Our guest has been world land speed record on a motorcycle, Valerie Thompson. Stay well, stay focused, and no mission is impossible. Carpe diem.
Thank you.